Did you know anxiety tricks you? All the things it's getting you to do that you think are helpful are actually feeding the anxiety and making it worse. The way it does this is it gets you to do something called a safety behaviour. A safety behaviour is any action that you take to stop your feared outcome from coming true or to reduce your anxiety. The reason safety behaviours are used is because they are really effective at reducing your anxiety in the short term. They trick you into thinking they've worked. Here are a few examples of safety behaviours. The most common one seen is the act of avoiding our feared situation. This can be physically avoiding locations, but it can also be emotional avoidance. If you notice you take drugs, alcohol, or you try to numb any of your senses using headphones or any other devices, this is an act of avoidance and is a type of safety behaviour. Another safety behaviour is the act of over-planning or over-researching. This is an attempt to prevent the worst fear from happening by planning for every single eventuality. The problem with these safety behaviours is, as I mentioned, they feed the anxiety and make it worse. They do this in a number of ways. The first way it feeds the anxiety is it stops you from learning what would have happened if you didn't use the safety behaviour. For example, if you were afraid of dogs and you see one coming towards you, so you decide to cross the street, you never actually get to see if that dog was going to harm you or if it was a really friendly dog. And that way it maintains your fear of dogs. The second problem with safety behaviours is they sometimes can cause the problem they're trying to prevent. An example of this is someone with social anxiety who feels that they're going to come across as boring, so they'll never have the conversation linger on themselves. When asked a question, they may try to answer with a one-word answer, be very brief, or try to move the conversation back to the other person. This is designed to stop themselves coming across as boring, however, can be interpreted as rude or even boring by the other person. The problem with safety behaviours is when you use them and nothing bad happens, you automatically assume it was due to your safety behaviour, even if that is not the case. So the next time you notice that you're really anxious, stop and pause for a second and consider what action you are trying to take to feel better or to stop the bad thing from happening. That's how you identify your safety behaviour. Normally you can see that one has happened when you can see that reduction in your anxiety. So the best way to overcome this is to act like a scientist. Devise an experiment where you're actually going to go and face your fear without using your safety behaviour. That way you actually get to see truthfully what occurs. In my next video, I'm going to do a list of common safety behaviours and how they backfire.